Welcome, Hornets, and thank you for joining me today. We're going to be taking a look at the U-Substitution worksheet number 2, which is our classwork number 4. This is a continuation working with U-Substitutions that we already started last week. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to be doing the even problems from this worksheet. Starting with number 1, I'm going to look at this and let U equal 4x squared plus 3. So that my du will end up being 8x dx. And we can see that right back here. We end up having the integration of u to the 4th du, and I then integrate 1/5, and I back substitute the u, which is 4x squared plus 3, and don't forget your plus c. There's number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 4 next. We're going to let u equal the 5x to the 4th minus 4, so that du is equal to 20x cubed dx. Once again, we can see it right here. So we're going to be looking at u to the 3rd power du, and this gives me 1/4 to the 4th power plus c, and I back substitute 5x to the 4th minus 4. There's our answer for number 4. Now you'll notice these go along very quickly. They aren't too problematic. At least not yet. Here we go. Let u equal x cubed minus 3. Du is therefore equal to 3x squared dx. We are therefore looking at the integration of u cubed du, which will give me 1/4 of the u x cubed minus 3. This is now to the 4th power plus c. And there's my answer to number 6. Continuing. Looking for the more complex piece. Notice I have a 15, that 5x cubed, and it goes to an x squared. This then is my u. We're going to let u equal 5x cubed plus 1. Du is then equal to 15x squared dx. And I notice that I have too much. So I'm going to factor out the 4 that's left over, leaving me with the 15x squared, and I have my 5x cubed plus 1 cubed dx. Now we can substitute, and I'm looking at 1 over u cubed du, and I'm going to rewrite that so it's 4 the integration of u to the minus 3 du, and this is what I'm going to work with now. I'm going to add 1 to the power. It's giving me a negative 2, which I divide by, and I get negative 2, and I have u to the minus 2nd power plus c, and I have 5x cubed plus 1. And there's number 2. Now I can rewrite this. After all, it can be rewritten as negative 2 over 5x cubed plus 1, the quantity squared, plus c. And be aware, on an actual multiple choice test, you'd have to find the correct solution. Okay, so be aware, you may have to hunt for it. Here we go. 4x, so we're looking at x to the 4th, minus 2 is my u value. X to the 4th minus 2. Du is then 4x cubed dx. I can see I have too much, so I'm going to have a 4. That's leaving me with the 4x cubed dx outside, and I have u to the 1/6 power du. Adding 1 is giving me 7/6. So I have 4 times 6 divided by 7, u to the 7/6 power plus c, and I'm now going to back substitute. So I have 24/7. I have x to the 4th minus 2, it's to the 7/6 power plus c. This brings us to number 12. Same concept. Notice I'm going to get a 15x squared, but I have a 30x squared. So I'm going to have u equaling to the 5x cubed minus 1. Du is then 15x squared dx. And I now end up having the extra amount, and you'll notice that that's 30. So I have an extra 2. And then I have u to the minus 4th power du. I'm going to bring this to the 3rd power and divide, and I end up with negative 2/3, and this becomes my u, 5x cubed minus 1, and it is to the minus 3rd power plus c. And as we said before, I can rewrite this as a fraction, and then I'd have negative 2 over 3 times 5x cubed minus 1, the quantity cubed. Continuing, we're looking at this piece, and we have u equaling e to the 5x minus 5, so that my du turns out to be 5e to the 5x dx. I have a 10, which means there's a 2 left over, and I am looking at let's just make sure, u to the 2/3 and a du. I now add, that's going to give me 5/3, which becomes 3/5. So 2 times 3/5, and then I have u to the 5/3 plus c. We're going to back substitute to give me 6/5, and then I have e to the 5x minus 5 to the 5/3 power plus c. 2 left. We're almost done. Make sure you can see it as I go through it. Last thing I want to do is have you not see what I'm doing. So just to make sure, I let u equal e to the 5x minus 5, du equaled 5e to the 5x. I had to factor out a 2, allowed me to have u to the 2/3 du, at which time I added 1 and divided by the reciprocal. Alrighty, or multiplied by the reciprocal if you prefer. So let's see what we've got. If I let u equal 5 plus the natural log of 4x, I'm going to have another substitution. I'm going to let v equal 4x so that dv 1/4 is equal to the dx. Okay, just be aware that we are looking at another U-substitution, and that can make life more difficult. Okay? So let's just think about the natural log for a minute. We know that the natural log of 4x is going to be 1/4, right? Because it's going to bring it over. So we have 1 over 4x times 4, and it's going to cause the 4's to cancel, leaving us with 1 over x. Keep that in mind. I see 1 over x with a factor of 5. So I know I have a 5 outside. I know I'm going to get the u, and I have the 2/3 power, plus, and then we have the du. Now, there is a piece that's missing. Okay, please be aware, there's a 1/4 that we're going to have here, because as I take my du, I have 1/4 equaling 1 over x dx, and I move my, hang on, no, I don't have that 1/4. Meh. Let's just double check, because the 4 is going to cancel, isn't it? There's my 1 over x, there's the 5, so I should be good. I thought I had a 1/4 that I was going to have to watch out for. It turns out that I don't, and now I can integrate quite cleanly. This is going to be times 3/5, and the 5 is going to cancel. I have u to the 5/3 plus c, and I'm back substituting with the 5 plus the natural log of 4x. There's my answer. 3 times 5 plus natural log of 4x, the quantity, to the 5/3 plus c. Last one. X squared plus 3 is my u. Du is going to equal 2x dx. I have an extra 3, leaving me with u to the minus 4th power and a du. I can now look at this and say I have, adding 1, I'm going to divide by the negative 3. It's going to give me a negative x squared plus 3, and it's to the minus 3rd power plus c. And once again, we can rewrite it as the fraction, negative 1 over x squared plus 3, the quantity cubed, the quantity plus c. Alrighty. So here is, these were the even problems for the classwork number 4, and I hope this is helping you. And please remember to, if you have questions, to please come in and ask. Thank you very much, and I hope this has been helpful. If you feel that this was a useful tool, please remember to click like so that I am aware that I am doing a good job. If you have comments or questions or other issues, please make sure you write them in the comments. I do read them. Thank you very much. Please be safe and be kind to each other and be well. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all. Bye-bye now.